All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Lair. I'm Carson, I'm here with Taylor, and I'm here with Jared. Jared, what are we doing today?
Today we're doing the 3 7-wide comparison videos. So if you guys have been watching for the last 8 or 9 months, we did our first impressions on the North 7, the Aztek 7, a week or two ago. We did the Tilt 7. Today, we got all 3 setups built up. They are a little bit different. The North one has aluminum bars, but they're all pretty similar weight. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, comparing it all. Basically how we're gonna be doing it. Each of us, we're gonna be doing 3 tricks. So say for example, I'm gonna do a board slide on a flat down rail. I have to do it on the North setup, the 7 setup, the Tilt setup, and the Aztek one. At the end of the video, we're gonna go through each setup, which me, Taylor, Carson, Alex is also on his way, go through which one we like the best and why. And yeah, I think we're gonna start off with Taylor.
What?
Let's get this show on the road.
All right, you're up.
We're gonna start. I'm gonna go with this thing. We're gonna start off with a 50 trick because the 7s. We're gonna go bar 50, bar front 50 whip. Best one so far is the North one because it slides the best on the 50s. The Aztek sticks. The Tilt, yeah. But sliding wise, so far, it's the North. So next, we're gonna go to the down to flat bar, the small one. And we're gonna go 50-50 board, back lip, 3 down heel, my favorite trick. Okay, we're gonna go that way.
Well, that one was first try.
Okay, Tilt was good. It slid pretty well, and it spins decently nice. North, it's about mid-range. Aztek slides really good in 50s because it's on the double peg thing, but the boards and the back lips are like, you know, yeah. So far, tied we have Tilt and North, and Aztek in last. For my last trick, we're gonna do 5-0 heel. We'll test the dropouts.
Okay.
Oh, steezy, dude.
Well, that last one was your cleanest for sure.
Yeah. I kind of want to do one more trick because I want to do one more trick, but that's breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, so far on that, the best 5-0s was the Tilt. In second, we have the North, and third we have the Aztek. No. Switch to North and the Aztek. The North is last. Aztek second. First is Tilt. We're gonna do one more trick each. We're going to test my second favorite trick, which is front board 3 whip. And we're gonna do it on the, I'm just gonna do it on the cutout rail. Time for review time. Third place we have the Aztek. Because the Aztek, the bottom, this, no bueno, not a good idea. And second, we have the Tilt. And this beautiful cutout here doesn't let me do some of my tricks that I like to do, like stalls and stuff on the bottom here on like a rail. That leaves us with the North. The North 7 wide is by far my favorite. It slides well, it doesn't have a stupid cutout in the bottom. It does weigh a little bit. If you're a weight weenie, then kind of sucks. But deal with it. Number 1 is North. Done.
Shocker.
Well, because it's 23, dude. 23 and a half is too long. If we had that in 23, that'd be the best 7 wide on God.
Out of the ones that are currently on the market, I would agree.
Yes.
Unless the Aztek was flat, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. If the Aztek was flat, it'd be the Aztek. But since it's not flat, that don't count. That's my final opinion.
Because Taylor did a million tricks, because he's a lot taller and he has the bars at appropriate height, I'll just do a board slide. I'll do front board on this rail, and then we'll see which one feels the best. You just saw my first attempt on this. I did the whole rail. You can't really do that with the Aztek unless you have 100% confidence in the deck, which I don't. I know Braden doesn't. I really know Jared doesn't because he's concussed from it still. You're gonna see the first one I did a 180 out. This one I did a 180 out, but with the North, for some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know, it's longer, isn't it? It's 24 long?
23 and a half.
The North one just feels more comfortable to slide. I don't know if it's the paint on it, because this one, all the tilts will slide right out the box, just because of the paint job on it. The North kind of has a little bit of friction, which kind of makes you control it. Aztek is just, it's a wild card. It can do anything. I don't feel like relearning grinds, but I would ride that deck if it was flat. We're gonna cover the Crook, because I feel like with 7s, you have a lot of Crook room. Let's just do it on the round, like that square out rail. So for those of you who don't know what a Crook is, this is a Crook. I'm probably gonna die, dude. So I explained what a Crook was. Tilt does this thing where they have this, which is supposed to help you lock in for crooks, which I personally don't like when something like this, not that big of a spot. So for the Crook, least favorite's the tilt, then second this one again because it's just the flat across. All in all, this one works the best, the North. If I were to stick with one permanently, I'd probably just go with the tilt just because it's a lot lighter than the North and I'm not a fan of this one. So this is last, second, and tilt's my favorite. So that's my thoughts. I'd go tilt.
My turn. 3 tricks, 9 total. First trick up, 50 backlip whip. Bro! That's different. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so this one's the best one. So far, this one is most definitely my favorite. Second of all would be the North. The Aztek, we kind of covered this in the first video we did on it. It's like learning how to grind again when you do board slides. It's like you can get perfectly in the middle. If you lean too much forward, you guys saw it. If Carson's putting the clip in, you kind of just stuck and went forward. And then if you lean a little bit too far back, you're just slipping out. So it's kind of hit or miss for that one. I will admit the 50s are really good on that deck because the peg-ish dropouts on it, you kind of just lock right in. But other than that, I'm loving the tilt so far. So next, I'm gonna check a flare fly out of the corner. For those, I mean, it's a flare fly out. You're not really feeling too much of the deck other than just literally standing on it, but I think the tilt did feel the best, then the North, and then the Aztek. Same order as last time. I don't know, it's just kind of a continuous cycle here. We'll do another rail trick though. Scratch the rail trick. On the picnic table, we're gonna bar spin up, double heel off. Oh my God, dude, I don't want to double heel off.
You good?
Yeah, it didn't hurt that bad. I'm just over exaggerating. And that one, we were kind of just comparing how well the deck spins. Personally, a little bit of a switch up here. The one that I liked the most was the North one. I did die on the first time doing it, but compared to the Aztek and the tilt, I did love the way that the North spin a lot more than the other two. Yeah, spin. Spun. I like the way that the North spun around back to under my feet sometimes, way better than the other two. All 3 tests for grinds strictly just of the deck itself, I like the tilt one the best. Second, North. Third, Aztek.
I'm up. I'm gonna pick 3 tricks. Gonna be pretty straightforward tricks because I am not used to riding 7 wides at all. So these are all way bigger than what I'm used to. We're gonna start off on this hip. I'm gonna do a triple downside whip on each and see how it feels. First thoughts on that trick. I gotta say, I think the tilt whipped the best out of the 3 of those, in my opinion. I know Jared just said that he thought the North one whipped the best. I actually found, for this trick in particular, the North felt the hardest for me, and I think maybe that's because of the weight of it. The tilt was my favorite for that. Second up, the Europa, and then third, the North for this trick. But we're gonna try and do some other stuff. I'm gonna try and do a rail trick. I'm not very good at rail stuff, but on that rail over there, I'm gonna try and do back lip 3 out, so. Okay, from what you guys have seen already in this video, everybody's been bashing the Europa for having the kind of like rounded deck bottom. For me personally, on this trick, it felt the nicest. I know it's like very hit and miss with using the Europa for grinding because, like everyone else has said, there is a learning curve to it. When you do get a good one like that, it feels really good. Like that one felt the best out of the 3. So yeah, I would say I like the Europa, I think the best for this trick, followed by the North and then the tilt. So we're gonna pick one more trick.
Inward, out of this bank.
Okay, yeah, we'll do inward out of the bank. Oh boy. Well, I'd say that was pretty similar to how I felt with the triple down whip. Tilt felt the best. I found the North probably the most difficult. The Europa kind of in the middle. So tilt, Europa, North for that comparison. But overall, I think they're honestly all good in their own ways. They all have something that they're really great for. Personally, my favorite, I'd probably say, I want to say the tilt is probably my favorite.
Is it necessary? Remember, people got mad we said it wasn't necessary. A lot of us said it wasn't necessary, but then people were like, Scooter Brad was talking. We said it's pointless to have something that big. Is it still pointless? I don't think so.
I don't think so, no. It's not for everybody, of course, but there are riders that it definitely is for. And now there's actually options for riders to pick which 7 wide they would like, because now a few companies have them. If you are in the market for a 7 wide, I think this video is a good demonstration of what kind of tricks you might be doing and which would be best for each of those. So I think honestly the North is like a really well put together deck. I do really like it. It's probably the heaviest of the 3, but it really isn't that bad. If you're getting a 7 wide, you should be ready to get a heavier deck regardless. The Europa honestly isn't a bad option either. I really like it. The rest of the riders had issues with the grinding on it. If you do get like a good grind on it, then like it does feel good. But yeah, there is a learning curve to it. But overall, my favorite was the tilt 7 wide. All right, so to finish off the video, we got Riley here and Darwin. These guys have not, you guys haven't stepped foot on the 7 wide, right?
I stepped on one, the Formula once, yeah.
Okay, for the most part, these guys haven't really gotten to try out the 7 wide deck, so we're gonna let them give it a go and see which one they like the most, so.
It slides really good. I'm coming from like a painted Formula, so it doesn't slide, but this thing feels great. Once you get used to the weight at least, but it's not that bad.
Probably like the longest Smith I've ever done. That's nice. It's a little bit heavy, but it feels solid, and you can definitely go in with confidence on everything.
No way!
See that first tee?
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, I think I got to try the Europa, but
This one doesn't feel as locked in. It feels like the same weight as the Europa. It could have more head tube angle because it doesn't feel very comfortable. It feels like I'm very far away from the scooter.
And this is the North one?
The North, yeah. I feel like maybe some people would like that, especially if you're bigger, but it's just not me, and it doesn't feel like locked in at all.
whoa! I don't know how I feel about this one. I feel like it slips out kind of easy. So unless you like perfectly get in the 50, you just kind of slide out. I feel like the North is definitely the heaviest, and you feel it the most when you're doing whips and stuff, but I feel like it makes up for it a lot when doing grind combos. It slides the best by far.
Probably my favorite out of all of them.
This is the tilt one?
The tilt one, the tilt Formula. I wouldn't go for it because I don't like the fender on it. Kind of sketches me out sometimes. Overall, it's a great deck. Probably my favorite.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for helping out with us.
No problem.
Thank you.
I'm like,
All right, that's going to conclude the comparison between the North, the Tilt, and the Aztek 7 wide. We all had our own thoughts on them. Everybody gave it a good go and gave their opinion. So if you guys have ridden them yourself and have your own thoughts on them, let us know down below. And if you guys want to see any other comparisons for any other deck, let us know down below as well. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.